All right, Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. I pray the Lord have peace, blessings, and mercy upon the households of the elect. This is the brother Shema One from the Great Millstone Houston Church. And today, Lord willing, I'll come with a quick hit, just meditating on something that I heard Apostle Gabar mention in his last lesson, how we're here to fulfill prophecy. And just thinking about that comment, and it's like, man, what side prophecy is going to be fulfilled regardless, but the importance of it on our behalf is what side of prophecy do we stand on? Is it going to be for our good, or is it going to be, for the complete opposite? And just meditating on the things that are about to come, the things that we have to face. Swallowing these hard, big pills there's no avoiding it. Like the scriptures say, through much tribulation, we're going to enter into the kingdom. So the tribulations are going to come. And it's just really preparing yourself for whenever they arrive, and they're not going to stop whenever they are brought forth. It's going to stop whenever the kingdom comes. So whenever the time of Jacob's trouble pops off and the judgment of the Lord is felt on the earth worldwide, is going to stop whenever Yahweh Shai comes back to deliver his elect. So just meditating on it, how the Apostle Gabar mentioned, we're here to fulfill prophecy. And it's like, what side of prophecy do you want to stand on, man? Those that receive mercy from the Lord, those that endured until the end. And there's requirements, that are going to be found in those souls that do receive mercy. Just applying the scriptures, ultimately applying, the examples that Yahweh Shai left for us, both in word and deed. So with that being said, man, I pray this will be edifying to the Lord's elect. I'm going to start right here in Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." And man, how it said, a time like never before. Reading the history and the accounts in the scriptures that we have, thinking about Daniel in the lion's den, or Azariah, Hananiah, and Mishael being thrown in the furnace, or how the Lord delivered the Israelites from the Egyptian captivity. Like those things were great. Those were like some great evils, a bad time. But it said a time like never before. And just thinking about the recent history, the transatlantic slave trade, what happened to the northern tribe whenever the conquistadors came, these PayPal bulls and manifest destiny and all these tragedies that happened to Jacob, because that's who they were targeted to. All of these things were targeted to Jacob, but it says a time like never before is going to happen, and it's a time of Jacob's trouble. So that's who is attached to this time. That is going to be like never before. And just getting ready, preparing your mind for how serious it is, because if you are caught off guard, if you are caught lacking anything, that the Lord requires of you according to the portion of faith and the portion of spirit that he put in you. If you're lacking that, you're going to be one of those that are going to experience the scriptures say, how Yahweh Shai says, "Depart from me, you workers of iniquity, I never knew you." And that's going to be the worst day that you experienced thus far. And man, Lord willing, that happens to none of us that are really striving for the truth, man, who are really in here to make it. Not here just to look good or sound good or be favored by men or get a status or none of that shit. Because in the times of judgment, in the time of Jacob's trouble, none of that is going to fucking matter. Excuse my language. but it's serious. It's that serious. For instance, I'll read this again. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Matter of fact, since I quoted it earlier, and I'll probably just pull 2 more scriptures and that's it. Acts chapter 14 and verse 22. How it said the time of Jacob's trouble, tagging the Israelites to this verse. It's going to be a time of trouble. And as the scriptures say in Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, is going to start at the households of the Israelites who know that they're Israelites. So clearly the Lord is not playing around. This is Acts 14 and verse 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. Continue in the faith. And that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So it says through much tribulation. So, getting ready to endure. How it said, exhorting them to continue in faith. Being able to remain faithful to the Lord no matter what. And during these troubles, many people are going to fold up and make haste in the time of trouble, according to the scriptures. Because the Lord is going to prove every man. The foundation that you stand upon is going to be proven whenever Jacob's trouble starts. That's why the scriptures say a man is going to be more precious than fine gold, because it ain't going to be a lot of real men of the Lord on this earth whenever these days hit. You know, but it said through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So that tribulation is coming. If the kingdom is coming, the tribulation is on its way also. But there's a way out of it. Going back, let me go back to Jeremiah 30 and 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. So the troubles are coming. The tribulations are coming. And just to look up this word trouble, it's H6869 Tazarah. And some of the synonyms are tribulation, anguish, affliction, adversity, distress, trouble. So the same thing, it's repeated in the scriptures, but this is to prepare your mind. So, we can be blameless and not doubt anything whenever these times come. We know they're coming. And how do you prepare? Just continually having your faith built. You know, continue to apply the ways in our walk that are pleasing to Yahweh Shah, man. Being made known that, you're a follower of him. You know, and it's displayed through your works. It's displayed through how you carry yourself, man. That level of fear, that healthy fear towards the Lord, if it's present, it will display itself. Let me go back and finish the verse. It says, but he shall be saved out of it. So those that continue with faith, ultimately those that have those good qualities that the Lord is going to be looking for, right? Those are the ones that are going to be saved out of it. A lot of people are going to be marked off according to the scriptures in 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, I believe, or it's the 5th chapter. I believe it's the 8th, but it says this world is for many, but the world to come is for few. It's not going to be too many people that are going to enter into the kingdom and endure with still having faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And just thinking about how serious the time is going to be. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Because knowing where we are and knowing how helpless and defenseless we are, it will be wise to have fear in the Lord. And that's the beginning of making wise decisions. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. But let me see if I can find this real quick. Isaiah. Man, where is it? Hold on, let me just type it in. Let me get to the point. Let me type it in. Land of the North. Oh, okay. It was Jeremiah 16. I was in Isaiah. So Jeremiah 16 and 15, it says, I'll start at 14. Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he hath driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave to their fathers. And the land of the north is specifically talking about North America. You know, but hey, Jake been scattered throughout the four corners. So the deliverance that the elect are going to receive from being in America and wherever the Lord scattered us. But the point I want to make is, if you're not going to be talking about how he delivered us out of the Egyptian captivity, the talk is going to be about how the Lord is going to deliver us in this time. And it's going to be so great and so intense because, hey, man, it's going to be so intense and so great where the evils that are going to be on the earth, the judgments that are going to be taking place, the Lord's mercy is only going to be with the elect. Nobody else is going to receive mercy like that. The Lord's mercy is only going to be with the elect, man. That's some scary shit. If you're on the outside of that, that's scary. And that's why the scriptures always talking about having a fear towards the Lord. Because see, the days are coming where if you didn't fear the Lord before, like, don't expect the switch of fear to be turned on and displaying yourself like you just been operating in that way. That's counterfeit. That's feign. That's acting. The Lord is coming back for those who are real in this, man. Applying it, enduring, suffering, and not breaking not departing from having those high standards, those high morals and standards, man, that the Lord wants to see in who belongs to him. Let me end it with this. This is Psalms chapter 103. Let me see. Could really read this whole chapter, but I just want to get to the point. Psalms 103 in verse, I'll start at 11. Psalms 103 and verse 11, it says, "For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him." And that's what is going to be wanted by all people on this earth whenever it's known that the Lord is visiting this place. They're going to want mercy. Everybody is going to want to receive that loving kindness. Everybody's going to want to be accepted, being able to have the Lord as a defense from these evils, because we're defenseless. We can be touched easily. We can be broken the fuck down easy. We are in this sinful, weak ass flesh. But the spirit that's within us, that the Lord is looking at, hey, man, hey, that's what matters. That's the focus. Having that ready when the Lord comes back, just like in the ancient times during the Exodus, that blood over the doorpost. We got to be covered in the spirit, man. Having that Holy Spirit resting upon us and dwelling within us. And that's a separate spirit that's not going to be found in too many souls on this earth. This is verse 12. It says, as far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions from us. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. So, hey, the fear of the Lord is the foundation, man. Fearing the Lord, that's the beginning step. and just continually meditating on the times that are coming, how it's going to be. This shit is going to be so real where the Lord is the only way out. The only way out is by being delivered from the Lord. And if we ain't finna be talking about what the Lord did in Egypt anymore, how great do you think it's finna be? How real do you think it's finna be, especially here in North America? Worldwide, period, but specifically targeting America, man. And this is where we are. But, man, I'll end it right there. I was just thinking about what Apostle Gabar said. You know, we're here to fulfill prophecy. And shit, we don't want to be written off. We want to be found written in the Lamb's book of life. You know, we want to make it. You know, and making it is being able to endure in the faith until the end. You know, now, whether you die, so to speak, or whether the Lord takes your spirit before his physical return, that doesn't mean you're out of there. Making it is having your name written in the Lamb's book of life, being a part of one of those spirits that the Lord wanted for himself. You know, because just thinking about how people look at it, if a certain individual dies, oh man, he didn't make it. But no, if you are part of the elect, there's nothing can separate you from being taken out of the Lord's hands. So just having that mindset of enduring and really preparing for the days that are soon to come. With that, I want to say shalom.